The journey to their promised land was arduous, to say the least. There were merchants and artisans, craftsmen, and well-heeled aristocrats. Women and children came, sometimes entire families made the journey. Many were fleeing the repercussions of the French Revolution. With deeds in hand, they had hoped for a better life on the frontier of the New World. However, they had no warning of the challenges that they would face and the betrayal they would experience. The settlers soon found that their deeds were worthless. The Scioto Company was in trouble, and eventually it went bankrupt. The land they had purchased actually belonged to the Ohio Company. Imagine the anger, the disappointment, and fear that this would bring. They petitioned Congress and President George Washington for aid. This came in the form of a land grant, the French grant, which was not very near the area. Some settlers returned to the east, but those who stayed had to pay for their land twice. The settlers were ill-prepared for carving out a life in the wilderness. Disease was common because the land was swampy. 1/3 of them died from malaria, yellow fever, or smallpox. These trying times were not for the faint of heart. The village had hoped for survival. They had homes. Prior to the founders' arrival of the Ohio Company, they'd sent carpenters to build 100 log cabins. The settlers did survive and even thrived in time. There was an abundance of game to hunt and fish to catch. The river spurred a good trade business. Manufacturing of furniture, stoves, and carriages sprang up. The growing season was good for a variety of vegetables and fruit trees. By the 1880s, the population exceeded 1,000. Life in the city of the Gauls did get better, in spite of the vicissitudes which plagues any growing community. The population grew slowly but steadily, reaching 8,775 by 1960. The settlement became a city. Even though Gallipolis is now technically a village due to dwindling population, many live a good life with a cohesive sense of community. The village has its challenges, but it's still a beautiful place with so much to offer. Gallipolis, Ohio, a worthwhile destination for your next day trip.